When it comes to selling digital products online, most people will tell you to start posting on all of these popular social media platforms, but nobody talks about medium.com. Now, if you don't know what Medium is, it's basically a platform where you can upload and write articles, and your articles basically show up on the Medium platform, which has millions of monthly visitors. And when they read, they can actually read to the very end and you promote your digital products within your article. So you can actually make money from your articles even without joining the Medium Partner Program. I personally have made sales on Gumroad from my Medium page, and this is how many sales I've gotten on Gumroad. And this strategy actually works. I currently have 45k followers on Medium, so I know that this method works. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about how you can start marketing your digital product on Medium. For this video, I'll be sharing 5 tips I wish I knew when I was starting my Medium journey. And these 5 tips will cut across the different elements of growing a profitable Medium business. The first tip is you should always analyze your niche on Medium before you start writing articles. Medium is a smaller platform compared to platforms like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. The audience here is much smaller, and so the traffic demographic is going to be a lot different. Some niches don't work on Medium, and you need to confirm them before you start writing. Some people write about a lot of specific things on Medium for which there are no people reading those types of articles. So one thing you can do is you can go over to Medium and use the clap check strategy. This strategy basically involves you checking how many claps articles in your niche have gotten. Ideally, you want to see many articles in your niche that have more than 200 claps. This means that people are actively clapping in your niche and it shows a demand for that topic. Now, some of the niches that work on Medium include make money online, self improvement, productivity, artificial intelligence. Those are some of the niches that work on Medium. Tip number 2 is study what works. There are basically articles in your niche that have gone viral. Look at those articles and see what elements in those articles made them go viral. I'm talking about looking at the titles, the subtitle, the story itself. I see what elements people liked about the story and trying to learn about what people want to read in your niche. For example, when I started writing on Medium, I actually followed 10 of the top writers in my niche, and I followed them because I wanted to see the types of topics they were talking about. I wanted to see how they were writing, and I actually learned how to write from a lady in my niche. And I learned that she was always using I in her articles. She was always personalizing her articles. And from her, I learned how to personalize my articles and document my journey. So I'm actually actively posting my journey. I learned it from somebody in my niche. Your niche will be different, and the types of things that go viral in your niche will be different. So go over to Medium and follow the top 10 writers in your niche and basically see how they write, see the topics they write about, see their titles, and kind of study it. And from that, you'll be able to get ideas for your own article. Now, I have a Medium income playbook where I talk about how you can grow your Medium page. I share my personal experience and I share my writing tips and principles. I talk about how to structure an article well so that people read till the end. And at the end is where you want to be promoting your digital product. So if you want to learn more about how you can grow your Medium page to start selling your digital product, then check out the Medium Income Playbook. I'll leave a link to it down in the description of this video. Now, tip number 3 is learning how to write for Medium. Now, Medium is a different platform entirely from TikTok and Instagram, and how you would write a script for those platforms is different from how you would write on Medium. Ideally, you want to be writing in a way that keeps people reading. It starts from your title to your subtitle. Now, this is what is going to make people to click on your article when they're scrolling on Medium. Now, once they click on your article, then you have the content of your article itself. You need to make sure that your content is valuable enough to keep people reading. So quickly, there's something I talk about with my clients, and it's the KLT principle. It's basically that you need to get people to know, like, and trust you in your Medium article. Every article you write should get people to know, like, and trust you. You have to get them to know you, so you tell a bit of a story in your article. You have to get them to like you so you can tell jokes. You can also share so much value that they just want to keep reading. And finally, you have to get them to trust you by showing screenshots of what you're talking about, or just something to show that what you're saying is correct. So that's the KLT principle, and it's one of the principles that you need to keep in mind when writing on Medium. Now, tip number 4 has to do with the quality and the quantity of your articles. So basically, what that means is that you need to balance the quantity and the quality of the articles that you're posting on Medium. Now, for the quantity aspect, Medium is almost like a marketplace. Before you joined the platform, there were already writers there. You need to make sure that you're posting consistently, and then you need to balance it out with quality. By quality, I mean that you need to make sure that your article has a quality that is the standard of what is already in your niche. So you're going to look and study the articles in your niche, see the length that the articles are around, see the kind of value that other people provide in their article, and try to do better in your article. So try to balance out quantity and quality. The fifth tip has to do with your digital product. I've had articles that have gone viral but didn't bring in so much sales because I was promoting a product that wasn't what my audience needed. And so, if you're just starting, ideally you want to be able to make sure that what you're selling is what people in your niche actually need. And one way to do this is by using the deep research feature on ChatGPT to actually go into Reddit groups and find out what other digital product sellers in your niche are already selling. And this is going to give you an idea of what's already actively being sold in your niche. I have a video about this. I talked about how you can build your digital product, how you can write your digital product using ChatGPT. I'm going to link that video down in the description. It's going to show you how to research digital products that are actively selling in your niche. Now, before I end this video, I want you to think about writing on Medium like a journey. A reader doesn't know who you are. They are scrolling on Medium. They find your article, they click on it. You want them to keep on reading your article until the very end. By that time, ideally, your article should have gotten them to know, like, and trust you so that they want more from you. And that's what you offer in your digital product. So that's how you can market your digital product using Medium. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.